Hey everybody, welcome to episode 7 already, which is the final episode of Mixing in the Box with the ever so talented artist Lagang and the song The Other Side of the Sun. Please go check him out in the description below and give him a follow because he's awesome. He also has a YouTube channel which is Polish, so definitely go check that out if you're Polish. Or if you speak Polish, that would be cool as well. Now, anyway, um, the song is finished. This is the last episode. Let's just quickly listen to the before and after. Before, the song sounded like this. All right, so it's a lot thicker, a lot warmer, a lot more oomph in there, all with stock plugins, and you've been able to see every single step of the way. And in today's episode, we're going to go to the final little things. We're going to ride some faders, we're going to replace a kick drum, we're going to talk about kick drums, we're going to talk about exporting dither, all that kind of fun, good stuff. But the best stuff is that from today onwards, you're going to be able to download the project file as it is after on patreon.com/catandbeats. So there you have the before. So you're going to be able to watch this whole series and be able to mix, and you're going to be able to skip forwards and backwards to check out the after file too, to see where everything went. And you can kind of compare notes and compare things and watch the whole thing. So it's an absolutely epic time to learn mixing. Remember, you can watch as many tutorials as you want online, but without actually doing the mixing yourself, you're not going to learn anything. Like playing basketball, you can watch all the basketball games in the world, but without you actually going onto the court to play some basketball, ain't gonna happen. So you put in the practice, man. All right, take care, have fun during this episode, and I'll see you in a few. All right, so the last episode, let me show you guys what I did, because I did a couple of little things and I still need to do one major thing throughout the whole track, and that's kind of fun to do, maybe fun to watch as well. Um, the whole time I'm mixing this track, you've seen every single part now. Thanks for watching everything. Make sure to like, subscribe, and write down for the algorithm below, or anything you really have questions about will be awesome. But the whole time I'm mixing it, that kick drum just, I wasn't feeling it. So let me just show you what I did for the kick drum and why it wasn't working as well. So maybe if you find that sometimes you've mixed the whole track and you're like, you know what? So yeah, let me show you this. So we have the drum group by itself, right? And the drum group by itself. With that new kick drum sounds good. With the other one, it doesn't sound like it has too much drive through it. Now that becomes more and more apparent when we start putting in the bass. And then specifically when everything's playing back, it just sounds too flat. So I replaced the kick drum with a kick drum from HN, whatever I don't know. I just had a kick drum laying around called Doing It, and it did it for me. Now it's a stereo kick, so there's an insane side thing here. if you've been mixing along, feel free to swap out a kick or a snare or something that doesn't work. First, try to mix it as much as you possibly can. So I did it with this thing with using the fade outs and ADSR and then using compression and doing all types of stuff just to get it to work. But it just wasn't budging. If it doesn't budge, it doesn't budge. Okay. Next up, the kick drum that I had now and the previous one, they were both just in the way of the sub. So this song has a lot of E. This one at 40. So it's E, 40 hertz. And that's also exactly where that kick drum plays. Original. And when you have that where the original kick drum plays, you know, the and then also the 40 hertz of the sub bass, even if it's boots and catsing out of the way, then it's still there. It's still like a constant boo boo. It's just too much. So it was too wobbly, too weird. So anyway, that's gone. And then we have the last thing, because when I was playing everything back, it just seemed too kick, bass. And that last little snippet of things of love that I needed was here in this melodic compression. And that melodic compression is a little trick I use where I take the melodic compression over here, which is basically a slap the living shit out of anything melodic. So that means everything but kick, but the drums, and but the low end of the drums. So we have the bass going in. That's going in there. We have the lead going in. We have all the melodics. All the melodics, literally one, and that's it, going in. And it basically what it is over here. We have a limiter because we have set it up to infinite to 1. We have the attack on fast as hell, the release not as fast because I don't need that much distortion. Then I have a drum bus just to get the drive to get it to be distorted with more transients. I know because we ripped away all the transients here. We're trying to transient shape them kind of back in. And then we slap the shit all over it again, and we splat it all over the wall with a little bit of ozone imaging. Ozone imaging being a third-party plugin, but it's completely free, so I kind of just decided to cheat. I don't like making the Haas effect. I think this is a little bit more sophisticated than the Haas effect. And then not too much splatting of shit all over the wall. We're also cleaning up a little bit of the low end because all of this drum bussiness adds a lot of low-end dirt to it. Okay, and what I want to do now is click this little button, and what we're going to do is we are going to record automation throughout the whole track when we need melodic compression to come in, so when it needs to rise up and get more energy, and when it needs to drop back down. All right, so that's basically it. That's all the things that changed, and that's what we're going to do right now. So let's have some fun. Oh. Make sure that nothing is activated right now. Like no arm tracks. Because then only this gets fucked with. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Just feel the vibe instead. All right, a little bit of writing of the fader there. A couple little things I fucked up here. There we go. Boop, boop. Couldn't really hear that there. And then here I did a little adjustment as well, but I felt pretty good with that. Okay. So, yeah, that's just writing a fader. Normally you would have a fader and then you would ride the fader, but right now we've wrote a mouse into the melodic compression. Now the melodic compression, every single time the track needed more energy or getting a little bit out of balance, that's when I put it up and put it back down accordingly to when I need it. So pretty easy. Anyway, now what we need to do is bounce the track. Bouncing the track, or in other words, exporting the song, means that we need to go to export audio, and then we need to go to write down what the export is. So we have a PMC encode PMC file type WAV, and we're gonna go 16-bit with a dither option of POW R3. All right. Now about the bit depth, I think there was an analogy of this saying that basically the bit depth is currently the same as if I would stand on Earth and then I would look at the moon and then I would be able to see the person on the moon. There was some random analogy for that. If you're also a listener of the mastering show, write down in the comment section which episode that was, because I don't remember. But that was a really fun analogy for me. Then we have the dither option on POW R3. We need a little bit of dither. It's a little bit of extra noise, and that's to stop truncation distortion. In other words, if when I press export and there is a part of the song, for instance, where there is a drop over here, where the track goes completely silent, we don't have a little bit of distortion. It goes like that. Instead, it will go to quiet. It's just a little bit of noise at the bottom, and this POW R3 stands for that the noise is shaped with low end, lots of low end, and lots of top end. Okay. That's pretty much the little chat on that. I find it a little bit too boring to talk about that topic too much, because it's just, do it, export it like that, and you're good to go. Don't upload an MP3. If you're really interested in that kind of stuff, there's like 73 episodes of Ian Shepherd on the Mastering Show going on and on and on and on about the dither options. Or at least there's a couple episodes on dither and bit depth and things like that. So have a listen to him. He can go on for hours on end about this. And it might be interesting to you. All right. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, impressive. Let's take it one step further. Go over to patreon.com/catandbeats. Download this project file before it was mixed. Mix it yourself as well. Watch the YouTube series next to it. See what I did. See what you're doing. What I'm doing doesn't mean it's right. What you can do, you can take it into a whole different field as well of how you want to mix it and stay really close to what the artist first wanted to do, for instance. But remember, you can watch these YouTube series and I really appreciate it, but without the practice, it's never gonna stick to you. So it's like playing basketball and watching basketball or watching Bruce Lee fight or whatever. You are not gonna be a top basketball player just because you haven't actually touched the basketball yet. You're not gonna be a kung fu awesome dude because you've never done any kung fu or stretching. So you got to practice. So same with mixing, same with producing, with everything else. You got to practice. So go over to patreon.com, download the project file the way it was before. It's a super complex one, so you can really get stuck into it for a month or maybe even a couple of days, depending on your skill level, and push it as far as you can. Try using only one plugin company. Try going with only Ableton, for instance, or only Logic or whatever, and go in there and just do your best, forget the rest, and see how it goes. If you like this video, leave a like. If you dislike this video, there's a special code: 3 times on the like, 2 times on the dislike, 2 times on the subscribe, and 2 times on the notification, and you can really do damage to the channel, which is awesome, right? And I'm going to be going. Thank you so much, La Gang, for letting me do this track, The Other Side of the Sun. It was a lot of fun. If you're a label and you've watched this and you're like, dude, that track is ridiculous, get in contact with La Gang, because I think this guy needs to be signed and get a couple of gigs. All right. Much love. Peace out. and bye.